Welcome, everybody, to the Jokebudd Football Show. I'm really happy to be here today. Welcome, all of y'all. I'm going to start with the intro. Everybody knows I'm a football season fanatic. As far as pro football, fantasy football, I can't live without it. I don't know what I'd do without it. So I always thought, like, if I'm going to do a podcast, I got to slide the football side in. So here we go. I'm going to start with the NFL power rankings. Every ranking I do is going to have 14 because of my love for fantasy football. Then more than likely, I'm in a 14-man league. So with that being said, we're going to start with the power rankings of the NFL going into the season. I know everybody's excited. I'm excited. I am an Indianapolis Colts fan, but I got love for the Washington football team because I buy a lot of paraphernalia due to my father's allegiance to them. So I understand. It's okay. But let's start. Number one, we have Tampa Bay, the defending champs. They bring back everybody. All starters returning. It's going to be hard to beat them. I don't have Tom Brady falling off a cliff whatsoever. He will have another very good season, so we're all going to have to deal with that. So just get ready. Number two, we have Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes, we know, is a world favorite of everybody's. They have Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, and a host of other weapons. It's going to be tough to beat them in AFC. So they're their number two spot. Number three, I have Green Bay. Green Bay. I think this is the swan song for Aaron Rodgers. Like he said, I think this is the last dance for him in Green Bay. But I think they can actually go out with a bang if it all falls in the right places. So look out for Green Bay. Number four is Baltimore. I really think that if all goes well, that Lamar Jackson can lead his team to a championship. I really, really do. Don't be surprised if Baltimore wins the Super Bowl this year. Number five, we have Buffalo. They're right on the cusp of greatness. Josh Allen is there, so he's just improving day in, day out, year in, year out. So I love his progression. They have a good team. I love the camaraderie. I love the atmosphere of Buffalo, the fans itself. So I really feel like one day I may have to take a trip up there just to see what it's like up there. It looks like a different type of atmosphere to go play in Buffalo. Number six, we have Cleveland. Have all the tools, all the players. They just going to have to go out there and prove it. I think there was one big play away last year from defeating the Kansas City Chiefs, but I think the absence of Odell Beckham really hampered them, and I think he was the one that possessed the big play that could have put them over the edge. So I look forward to them making some headway this year, and I actually think that him and Baker will be back on better terms. So I look for Odell to Baker to be a little bit better connection this year. Number seven, we had the Los Angeles Rams. Aaron Donald, what more can I say about him? If you know me, you know it's my favorite player. He does everything well. Then you have Jalen Ramsey in the back end. They have a team that's built to win. It's all going to rest on the shoulders of Matthew Stafford, which I think is not a bad thing at all. I think he can push them over the ledge, but it just has to be seen. It's going to be a tough sled to get through the NFC. Number eight, we have Seattle. Russell Wilson leads the team. Will they let him cook or not? That's what it comes up to. They're a run-dominant team, and they go back and forth with letting Russell Wilson do what he has to do at the line of scrimmage as far as calling the plays or checking out of plays. But it's going to come down to Russell Wilson every time. Will they let him be the creator he can be, which I know he can be, definitely. So it's going to be up on him. I think the defense has a couple pieces, but can they stay healthy? That's the key. Everything cannot be on Bobby Wagner. Everything cannot be upon him. He can only do but so much. Number nine is San Francisco. Will Jimmy Garoppolo win the job? Will Trey Lance? From the preseason, what I've seen, it seems like Jimmy Garoppolo is going to win the job outright. Trey Lance may need some time, and that's okay. Everybody knows to come in and just instant impact. That's okay. But they have a good team, all around good team. They have to stay healthy. I mean, they just have to stay healthy. They have all the weapons and tools to compete in the NFC. So they'll definitely be a tough out. Number 10 is Tennessee. Whew. You just added Julio Jones. Generational talent. Somebody who can go over the top. Intermediate, short. To add to A.J. Brown with King Henry, Derrick Henry. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be definitely fun. I think they probably got the heads up a little bit in the division. So I look for them to make headway definitely this year. Number 11 is my mystery team, New Orleans. I don't know what we're going to get out of New Orleans. Mike Thomas is injured. Speculations are coming out that the ownership or the coaches said he should have took the surgery earlier. It's a lot of back and forth. As far as I've heard, they've hashed their differences. They're moving on. So that's a great thing. I just think that Jameis Winston, can he get it done? Taysom Hill, can he get it done? It's just going to take a mixture of both is what they look like they're leaning to. But I feel like if they can't put Jameis Winston in the driver's seat, it's going to be a tough year for the New Orleans Saints, and they're already up against the salary cap. So after this year, they're going to have to make a lot of tough decisions on a lot of good players. Number 12 is Pittsburgh. All the offense in the world, they just added Najee Harris. Ben Roethlisberger comes back. So this might be his last year. He took a pay cut. He's ready to play. I believe he's healthy. The defense is advantageous. It takes his points. It takes his time and gets people here and there as far as with sacks or interceptions. They have Minka. They have T.J. Watt. They have some good players. I think they have Joe Schobert in a trade just recently. Then that brings some constant understanding to the middle of the defense. I think that's a good pickup that a lot of people are not talking about. So that'll bring some familiarity to the middle of the defense, definitely. But it all depends on Big Ben and the three wide receivers and Najee. So if the offense can really get high powered, I think they'll find their way. But Najee has to run the rock. It has to go through him first. So if they understand that and don't go away from that, they should be okay. They will definitely challenge. Number 12 is Indianapolis Colts. I just gotten word that Carson Wentz is going to practice Monday. So I really believe that if he can come back and be the Carson Wentz we think he can be, we may have a chance. The Colts have a good defense. They really have a good defense. They have a lot of good players that they've drafted well. The offense looks good. They have Jonathan Taylor, a young Michael Pittman. They brought T.Y. Hilton back for a year. They added a rookie tight end. So I just feel like this will be a year where we'll see what the GM put together and see if we can get there. But it all rests on the shoulder of Carson Wentz. And 14, we have Dallas. It all contingent upon the healthiness of a defense that they have. It's going to be a tough defense, but I think Micah Parsons is going to change the direction of the defense. I really feel like Micah Parsons is going to change the direction of the defense. So with that being said, on the offensive side, if Dak is healthy, they can make some noise. They definitely can make some noise. If we remember last year when Dak was healthy, they were making a lot of noise and scoring a lot of points. CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper, Zeke Elliott. I mean, the list goes on and on. They have plenty of star power there. So that's my number 14 team. I want to get into who I feel like, and this is just the intro show, so I just want to make sure I just throw everything out there now so we can get into the depths of things next week. But I have to start with the overall scheme of things. So as far as division winners, I really feel like out of the AFC East, it'll be Buffalo. Definitely. I feel like they're going to take it. I feel like they're primed for a good run this year. I don't know how far they're going to go, but I've got them winning the division. Out of the west of the AFC, I have Kansas City, of course. They're on a mission. I really feel like they're on a mission to really do something to win another championship. So they just want to add to their greatness already. Of the North, I have Baltimore. I really have Baltimore. I really believe that Lamar Jackson will put it together and make them the AFC North champions. The South, I have Tennessee. I feel like they have enough toolage with Julio Jones, A.J. Brown, and Derrick Henry and Tannehill to make it work. I know there's questions about their pass rush. They have Bud Dupree, who just come off the injury, but I think they'll be fine there. But I think they edge out and win the division in the AFC South. NFC East, I have Dallas. It's contingent upon a little bit if Dak is healthy. That's the big question. So if Dak is healthy, I definitely think they'll win it running away. Definitely, because you're going to have to put up point for point with Dak and the rest of the Cowboys. So I have Dallas there. I have the Los Angeles Rams and the NFC West. So I think they're primed and ready to win as well. So I think they will edge out the rest of the NFC West. And the NFC West, don't get me wrong, it's going to be a tough division. Very tough. So with that being said, I really think Matthew Stafford will have enough, and he has enough weapons around him to really push it forward to the win for the Los Angeles Rams, winning the NFC West. NFC North will be Green Bay's. Aaron Rodgers will go out in style. Definitely. He'll win this division. I see them going further than just the division win. So I have good hopes on Green Bay. But Aaron Rodgers will definitely win the crown in NFC North. NFC South, it's not really a competition to me. It's Tampa Bay. Returning all starters. Everybody else has a shaky background or a shaky beginning going into the season. I don't see Carolina, New Orleans, or Atlanta winning the NFC South. So Tampa Bay wins it regardless of what they do. So we're going to start there with Tampa Bay. And the MVP of this upcoming season, like projecting the MVP will be Patrick Mahomes. I really think Patrick Mahomes is on a warpath. He knows how it feels to lose a championship. He's looking for revenge. Don't be surprised if you see a 50 touchdown season from him. Don't be surprised at all. People say, oh, they don't have that many weapons, but he makes weapons. But I think Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce is more than enough for you to need. Comeback player of the year will be Dak Prescott. I really feel that he will be healthy enough to have a successful season. So he'll definitely win Dak Prescott. It's not much to say there. Offensive Rookie of the Year, I'm going to say Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville. But it's contingent upon if Justin Fields doesn't win the week one starter. But if he's the starter by week 3 or 4, he'll definitely win the Offensive Rookie of the Year. So it's just depending upon how they play Justin Fields in Chicago. I'm not for sure what they're doing. They're taking the old school approach. So we all going to have to just wait and see. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Micah Parsons. And I wrote this down way before you seen the Hard Knocks or anything like that. I always thought that this guy is different. He can transform a defense like a Fred Warner, Bobby Wagner, Darius Leonard type of player. And I think that's what he's going to do for the linebacking group and the whole defense in Dallas. You have to respect him. He's going to be everywhere, sideline to sideline. So I think he wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year is my favorite this year going in is Dalvin Cook. I think he'll have enough opportunities to show what he can do. I really believe that. He gets the ball a ton. He's going to show you the moves like year in and year out. He can catch the ball at the backfield. There's nothing he can't do. Pass block. Any type of pass and play. Anything you need from Dalvin Cook, he'll give you that. Maybe some health issues here and there, but he'll be there for you. And he's just an official toter of the rock. So, offensive player of the year goes to Dalvin Cook. Defensive player of the year, TJ Watt. I think he turns it up one more notch to make sure he collects one. Look for at least 20 sacks from him this year. I think he's going to put the pressure on early, very early, to make sure he runs up the sack numbers. I really think he takes it this year. I wanted to say Aaron Donald, but I think that's just too cliche. So I had to pick somebody else, and I just know TJ Watt probably has a edge, a knack in his brain that's like, I got to get it this year. So I really think TJ Watt is going to be the one this year. But I'm looking forward to the season. I'm definitely looking forward to this season. Definitely. And now we're going to go to the fantasy football side. Oh, no, we're not. I apologize. Coach of the year will be Mike McCarthy. I have the Dallas doing big things this year. So, Mike McCarthy of the Dallas Cowboys will win Coach of the Year. And then Executive of the Year will be Drew Berry of Cleveland. He's put together an immense amount of talent in Cleveland. So, look forward to Cleveland doing good things. If you just turn on to a Cleveland game and you're just going to see names everywhere, 11 on 11. Offensive side, defensive side, it's just names everywhere. He's accumulated this talent, and it's just like, wow. He definitely knows what he's doing. I tip my hat to him. Fantasy side. Make sure you have your pens and paper ready. There will not be any graphics for you. You just have to listen and write or understand and comprehend what I'm about to tell you. We are running down all the fantasy rankings from quarterback, running back, tight end, and wide receiver. This is a lot of information, so you have to take it in. Definitely take it in. And this is how we start. Quarterback 1 is Patrick Mahomes. This is in the fantasy rankings now. I have him throwing 50 touchdowns this year, so he gets my number 1 nod. Be wary of him. Number 2, Lamar Jackson. I think he's going to do a lot of things this year. Number 3, Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, I believe, has the chance to take that step this year. So be wary of him. If you see him in a fantasy draft, don't think twice. Please don't think twice. Number 4 is Josh Allen. Number 5 is Russell Wilson. Number 6 is Dak Prescott. Number 7 is Tom Brady. Tom Brady is not going anywhere. I like to call him the boogeyman, like really, because no matter what you do and where you go, he's there. No matter what. He could be down by 30. He's still around, and he can come back and haunt you. Think about that. It's the truth. Number 8 would be Aaron Rodgers. Number 9, Justin Herbert. Number 10, Ryan Tannehill. Number 11, Matthew Stafford. Number 12 is Matt Ryan. I think this is his last year in Atlanta. He goes out swinging. Number 13 is Joe Burrow. I think he has a lot to prove this year, and I think he'll justify the number 1 pick this year. He got hurt last year, but he's going to show people like, oh, okay, it's translating from the college game to the pro game on a big level. And number 14, I have Baker Mayfield. I think he has another year of understanding the offense. He has another big-time weapon back, and this will be the year for that. So I'm going to go through that one more time. Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, Josh Allen, Russell Wilson, Dak Prescott, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Justin Herbert, Ryan Tannehill, Matthew Stafford, Matt Ryan, Joe Burrow, Baker Mayfield. I hope you got that information. Running backs. Christian McCaffrey is number 1. And he burnt me last year. Oh, man, he burnt me last year. He was only there available for 3 games, but those 3 games were amazing. He's back healthy. He's running well. So I think it's in your best interest to get Christian McCaffrey number 1. I wouldn't want to pick him at number 1. I'm glad so far I don't have to pick him at number 1, but he's the number 1 running back. Number 2 is my guy, Dalvin Cook. Number 3 is Alvin Kamara. Number 4 is Derrick Henry. Every year we doubt Derrick Henry in the fantasy game. Every year, and he just produces. Number 5 is Zeke Elliott. I think he bounces back and have a way better year than we thought because Dak Prescott's presence is there. Even if Dak Prescott is not the Dak Prescott of old, his presence alone will allow Zeke Elliott to run free. 6 is Aaron Jones. A lot of people are sleeping on Aaron Jones. Get Aaron Jones if he's available. If he's the best player available, don't overlook him. Don't overlook him. Get Aaron Jones. 7 is my riser, Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler is number 7 on my list. Yes, you heard it here first. Austin Eckler has a chance to be a top 5 RB this season. So just think wisely when you're selecting him. He has the backfield. He catches out the backfield. He rushes. He does everything well. He had an injury-ridden season last year. I think that's sold up. I think he's there this year, and you'll have a good fantasy season for it. Number 8, Jonathan Taylor. He's in a crowded backfield, but he's the leader. He's shown what he can do. He's shown what he can do day in, day out. So, a lot of yards last year in the second half of the season. He does have Marlon Mack, Naeem Hines in the backfield, but don't worry, he'll have enough of his own serving of carries, and he can catch the ball in the backfield. Like, you seen it. He can do that. So, he shored up his hands. We have Jonathan Taylor at 8. Number 9, Nick Chubb. Oh, boy. A lot of yards in 12 games and touchdowns. So, if you want guaranteed money, Nick Chubb is your guy. Saquon Barkley, he's not practicing now at number 10. He'll be there. I think he'll be a big riser in the season, but not projecting him. I put him at number 10 just to be on the safe side. We all know what Saquon Barkley can do. He's amazing. Amazing specimen. But he just has to get healthy. Number 11 is Najee Harris. He walks into a ready-made offense that just needs him. Just needs him. And from preseason, what I've seen, he's looked pretty good. So I think they made the right decision on drafting him in the first round. Number 12 is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I'm hearing that he has a injury. I think he'll be fine, but don't overlook it. I think this is the year where he takes advantage of having Patrick Mahomes as a quarterback and having Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, where the lanes will open up a little bit more. So I think he will be healthy to start the season. 13, DeAndre Swift. My guy. I really like it. I really like DeAndre Swift. I think he's in a prime position to show people what he can really do. Second half of the season, he really turned it on. I think they're going to lean on him heavily this year. They're in a rebuilding mode, culture-changing mode. So DeAndre Swift is a guy I would definitely tell you to look forward to, and don't overlook when you're in your draft room. Do not overlook him. And number 14 is Joe Mixon. This is a make-or-break year for Joe Mixon. I really think if he can't get it done this year with all the tools, I'm not for sure he'll be a QB 2-3 next season. So he has a lot of weapons. So Joe Mixon makes my list at 14. So to run back through that is Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, Derrick Henry, Zeke Elliott, Aaron Jones, Austin Eckler, Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb, Saquon Barkley, Najee Harris, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, DeAndre Swift, and Joe Mixon. Next, we are going to wide receivers. Now, first and foremost, I think the depth is heavy in fantasy with wide receivers. So I don't pick wide receivers early. Me personally. Not saying you should or shouldn't, but I don't pick wide receivers early. But it is a lot of depth. But then there is a lot of premium too. So this top 14 will show you the premium. And we're going to start with Devontae Adams. Aaron Rodgers is back. He's going to feed on targets. He's going to do his thing. You know that. Number 2 is Tyreek Hill. He's back after losing the Super Bowl. I think he's a little bit more hungrier. So he has a lot to show. Number 3 is Calvin Ridley. I put Calvin Ridley at number 3 because the hole has opened with Julio Jones. He has immense opportunity to shine, him and Kyle Pitts. But I think he will be the number 1 guy. He is a savant at route running. I think it's his time to show that who Calvin Ridley is. He's had some good seasons, but I think this will be the season for Calvin Ridley. Number 4 is Stephon Diggs. He showed you last year, the year before, every year. And every year we always overlook him. We always overlook him. He's the goods. Stephon Diggs is the goods. Number 5 is DeAndre Hopkins in Arizona. What hasn't he done? He does it all. Number 6 is Justin Jefferson, another my guy of mine. I think he does big things in Minnesota with the opening up of the offense with Dalvin Cook, Adam Thielen. They'll be fine, and he'll be dancing in his zone, doing the gritty as usual. My favorite touchdown dance to date, by the way. A.J. Brown. Whew. I tell you what, one thing about A.J. Brown is that no matter if you like him or not, he's going to show you. And I appreciate that because I feel the same way. No matter you like him or not, I'm going to show you that I got it going on. A.J. Brown is official. Number 8 is DK Metcalf. Everything is contingent upon the philosophy of the offense. So he can go off for 3 weeks, then go silent for 3 weeks. So with that being said, it's just contingent upon how they're going to move the offense. Are they going to let Russ cook or they're going to run it through the running game? We don't know. Number 9, another my guy, Terry McLaurin. He has a more than capable quarterback and Ryan Fitzpatrick, a.k.a. Fitzmagic. So one thing you should be doing is thinking about taking him where he's supposed to be taken at. Don't overlook Terry McLaurin. Trust me. He's official. He's official. Number 10, I have DJ Moore. He's going to be fed targets. The quarterback situation is a little iffy, but he knows how to do a lot with a little. Don't overlook DJ Moore. Number 11, Chris Godwin. Can do it all. Can do it all. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, defending champion. He can do it all. I think you know about Chris Godwin by now. Number 12 is his partner in crime, his teammate, Mike Evans. Immense guy given athletic ability. We know what Mike Evans brings to the table. That's his teammate. Number 12, Mike Evans. Number 13 is my guy, Allen Robinson, who does nothing but catch the football. I don't care what quarterback you put back there. He's going to catch the football. They should pay that man, too. Think about that. All he does is produce year in, year out. Number 14 is Tyler Lockett. We overlook him all the time, and somehow, some way, he ends up there in the top 14 all the time. We always overlook him. We just don't think to associate ourselves with Tyler Lockett, and somebody does, and then next thing you know, they're in the playoffs and then in the championship. Don't overlook Tyler Lockett either. And that's my wide receivers. So I'm going to run back through them. It's Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Calvin Ridley, Stephon Diggs, DeAndre Hopkins, Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, Terry McLaurin, DJ Moore, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Allen Robinson, and Tyler Lockett. And last but not least, before we get out of here, is to be the tight ends. We're going to start with Travis Kelce. We all know what's up with Travis Kelce. He's the best tight end in the game, could do it all. So he's on a revenge path too. Lost in the Super Bowl. So I seen he cut his beard, a little weird, but maybe that's just the mentality he's on. But I think he'll be ready. I look forward to drafting Travis Kelce. So we'll see. Number 1 is Travis Kelce. Number 2 is Darren Waller. Oh man, all the athletic ability in the world out of Las Vegas. Number 3 will be George Kittle. If he can stay healthy, we know he's a monster. There's no ifs, ands, or maybes. Number 4 is T.J. Hawkinson. Goff loves his tight ends, so he will get plenty of targets. Don't overlook it. Don't overthink it. Number 5 is the rookie Kyle Pitts. He will do big things in Atlanta. Besides Calvin Ridley, it's him. So don't overlook Kyle Pitts either. He will do his job at the tight end spot. Number 6 is Mark Andrews. I love Mark Andrews, but you're just waiting. Certain games he doesn't get what you think he's going to get, but in some games he explodes for 25 to 30 points. So it's just, you just got to be wary. Number 7 is Tyler Higbee. Gerald Everett is gone, so he gets all his targets, his looks. So we'll see there. But anything after 5, good luck. I'm going to tell you that. Number 8 is Mike Gesicki. Super athletic, supreme tight end from Miami. Kyler Tua Tagovailoa is his quarterback. So it's an up and down type of situation, but he could put together some good games, definitely. Once again, that's Mike Gesicki, tight end from Miami. Number 9 will be Noah Fant from Denver. Supreme athletic ability as well. Big body. He should have a good season as well. Number 10 is the sleeper Logan Thomas from the Washington football team. Had a good year last year, and I think he's going to do well this year. Number 11 is Irv Smith Jr. He's a sleeper of mine in Minnesota. He's taking over for Kyle Rudolph. Number 12 is Austin Hooper of Cleveland. They have a gluttony of talent everywhere, so you got to pick and choose your spots where you want Austin Hooper. Number 13 is Jonnu Smith in New England. They'll find ways and create ways for him to get open and catch passes other than just pass block and run block. And number 14 is Gerald Everett of Seattle. He'll take his athleticism to Seattle where it's desperately needed, and he'll open up the offense a little bit more. Now, that's all we have for today, and I appreciate all y'all for coming in. We'll get into superlatives, narratives next week. I just want to give y'all the rundown of the power rankings and the fantasy football rankings. Any questions, just DM me. And I'll see y'all soon on the next show, the Jokebudd Football Show.